How did Jane Ferrara help bring Stone Brewery to Richmond? The COO of the city's Economic Development Authority says transformational change was the key to wooing the big beer company. I'm Hope Katz-Gibbs, founder of Incandescent Magazine and Truly Amazing Women TV. We are here today with the lovely Jane Ferrara. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So we are going to talk about this big win you got for Richmond. So question number one is, tell us a little bit about Stone. What turned you on to them?
I didn't know a whole lot about the company, had tasted their beer, but really didn't know a whole lot about the company. So when we received the RFP, we started to do a little research and we started to dig a little deeper into, who was this company, what were they about, and why were they looking to find a location on the East Coast. And the more we learned about the company, the more excited we became about their values and their goals for this East Coast location. And some of the things that we learned about them was not only did they want to establish a large production facility, and they wanted to create some jobs and make a huge investment in equipment and in real estate in the community they chose, but they brought something else to the table, and this is what intrigued us.
So I want you to talk a little bit more about this transformational leadership and what it took to make this happen internally, because it's got to be complicated to get this deal to be passed. Tell us a little bit about the logistics and how you managed it.
Well, transactions like this are pretty complicated, and the competition was fierce. As you said, they looked at 20 states. They were presented with 350 proposals on sites along the eastern seaboard, east of the Mississippi, and so we were one of 350. So we knew that in order to compete, we really had to stand out and we had to be unique. Our tact was to understand those things that were important to Stone and play up our assets and why those assets complement the goals of the company.
Because they're not the only craft brewery in town.
They're not. And the one thing that is interesting about Stone and what they'll bring to this community is that spirit of collaboration. So they're very committed to lifting up the craft brewing industry in the San Diego County, and also wish to do that in the city. Their mantra is rising tides lift all boats. And before they made their commitment to Richmond, they reached out to all of the local craft brewers, and they went and visited them, and they said, hey, what do you think? If we come to Richmond, do you think that's a positive for you, or do you feel threatened by that, or can we talk about it? And the industry as a whole is a very collaborative industry, and those that understood Stone as a company knew that Stone was going to bring a lot to the table for the entire industry here.
So we're putting this interview, this conversation, in under our umbrella of Cities of the Future.
Yes.
Because this seems to me, from all the research that we've done, and one of our clients is a futurist think tank, and they're talking about what cities will be developing. Our book of the month is The History of Future Cities. So we're trying to figure out what cities will look like moving forward. So how do you see Richmond developing in 3, 5, 10, 50 years from now?
Over the last 17 years, there's been a huge resurgence of the urban experience and the urban lifestyle. And when I moved to Richmond, my husband and I made a very conscious effort that we wanted to live in the city. We wanted that urban lifestyle, but the trend at that time was to live in the suburbs. But we wanted the walkability. We wanted access to the cultural aspects of living downtown. We loved the neighborhoods. That's what makes Richmond so unique and so wonderful, are our fantastic neighborhoods. Young folks that are coming out of college and looking for jobs, they want good jobs, but more importantly, they want great places to live. And the urban areas are really providing a rich experience for these young professionals who can go to their jobs and have good paying jobs and good employment opportunities. But away from their jobs, they have a great lifestyle, to do all the fun things that they want to do outside of work.
So if you're a company that wants to come to Richmond, how can they work with economic development?
We can help them in so many ways. First of all, we can help them navigate establishing a business in the city. Sometimes it can be overwhelming when you come to a new location. You're not sure where to go or who to go to or where to locate or what's available. Oftentimes we're sort of that first point of contact for those companies, and we like to connect dots. We like to help them establish themselves in the community, and then we will assist them in any way. If a company is bringing jobs to the city or is in a position to grow and create new jobs, that's very important for us, and we want to incentivize those companies to grow and thrive here in the city.
Makes perfect sense. Matching it up and winning for everybody. I love it. Thank you so much, Jane. We really appreciate your time. You are watching Incandescent TV. Thank you so much, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.